It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
A dirty Chabba is one of the biggest defensive weapons in the game. So underleveling heroes. Dirty Chabba. What is a dirty Chabba? I've been seeing this a lot. Dirty Martha, dirty Jorgen. It's the appearance of a maxed hero, an orange 4 hero, but underleveled. So it appears at first glance that you're dealing, the defensive team is tanking with Chabba, right? So you run Sims against a maxed out team, but the Chabba isn't maxed out. The Chabba is considerably lower than maxed out, which means he ults 1 or 2 hits sooner, right? And Chabba grabbing a hold of somebody 1 or 2 hits before you think he will throw all of your simulations off. They call this the sweet spot in different eras of the game, right? The mythical sweet spot. There are definitely situations that you can point to and be like, see, the sweet spot works. See, I'm not going to lessen the strategy. I think it's a great strategy. I think it's fantastic, but I think that the window of opportunity where it actually matters is smaller than people think. In some instances, people don't level their Jorgen's leper skill. In some instances, people don't level up the leper skill because they don't want to dump the physical damage onto the rear hero, right? They leave this skill at 1 so that it doesn't push damage back to the rear, it doesn't push physical damage back to the rear hero. Other times, that's where I want all my physical damage to go to. Now, I'm personally of the specific mindset that there's a hybrid opportunity for this. There's a hybrid opportunity to this. First of all, I don't think that it makes as much difference as people think. I really don't. And again, I know that you can point to situations that it does work. The dirty Chabba, as we discussed here, it is a thing. It is absolutely real. If you go into that fight not expecting a Chabba to ult a little earlier, then you're going to be taken by surprise and your simulations aren't going to matter. But I don't think, like I said, I think the amount of times that works is smaller than people want to give it credit for. And I think just maxing the hero as you normally would is just fine. There are some very specific strategies that you could look at, like underleveling armor so that Yasmin always targets a specific thing, that Anvari always targets a specific thing. All of that does play into it. Those are, specific instances that do work. But the way that I play is once a hero is effective enough, whenever a hero is effective enough, like my Martha, for example, on Facebook and web, she's not dying in the fights where you would use Zhu against, like she's surviving just fine. Could she be better? Yeah, she absolutely could. But there's a point that investing resources into a hero becomes less efficient. And that's the side of the game that I'm on. So again, taking a look at Jorgen, for example, you can see that my Jorgen here is orange 1. My Jorgen is orange 1. I don't have all of his skins leveled up, right? His glyphs are, whatever. But my Jorgen does exactly what he's supposed to do without me leveling up anymore. And what he brings to a fight, he's able to accomplish regardless of the fact that he's not a maxed out character. Now, again, I can see it multiple different ways, and I'm not going to downplay anybody's strategy, but the way I look at it is just, it's less efficient to spend resources on my Jorgen, so I'm not going to do it anymore. Max heroes are much easier to defeat, but you can test that exact setup, and there's less variety in the rolls. Absolutely, Robert, absolutely. Jorgen is very situational. Rarely needs to be leveled even halfway. Yep. How does one level Chabba to get dirty? Yeah, I think somebody mentioned it, that just dropping the gift of the elements is enough. But yeah, it's just an underleveled Chabba. That's all it is. If you want to attack the backline with physical damage, I'll just use Zhu. Yeah. Does the sweet spot exist? Sometimes.